Hello, my name is Rudy Maguire and I'm the Abbeylands housemaster, and it's my great pleasure to show you around the house today. Abbeylands is located beautifully at the heart of Sherborne, right on Cheap Street, so it's a fantastic location as an in-house for the boys. I run Abbeylands alongside my family, my wife Helen, and our two young children, Oshan and Olwen, and it's a great experience for us being involved with the boys, so I hope that comes across in the tour that I'm about to show you. Coming in through the family front door is a great starting point for coming into Abbeylands, because straight away you get the feel that it's a family home, and that really plays to what we want Abbeylands to be, and that what our identity is as a boarding house, which is that it's a home from home for the boys, and that it's a location where they feel really well supported and that it's really nurturing. My office is really nicely located on Cheap Street, so I get some free music from the buskers on a Saturday afternoon. But most importantly, it's really accessible for the boys. And I have a very important open door policy, so the boys know that they can drop in at any time to come and speak to me about anything whatsoever. So this is the house oak room, and it really is the heartbeat of Abbeylands. Communally, it's a room that we use all the time for lots of different things. So I meet the boys twice a day here for house assembly in the morning and in the evening. Some boys will choose to do their haul here because it's such a nice, peaceful environment. We'll do things like hot chocolate after an Abbey service to finish the week off in style, and maybe a film in the common room. Some boys will choose to come in here and play a game of chess and just really chill out. We will, and this is one of the highlights of the calendar year, we'll launch Christmas in here and have the Christmas tree set up in the corner, mince pies ready for the boys, and it really does sum up the value of this place in Abbeylands. As we go through here, it flows really nicely into the house common room, and as you can see, boys come here to relax, play some pool, cook some food. We've got Sky Sports on the TV, and when it's Six Nations time, obviously the house is in raptures when Wales win. But it plays really to the strengths of the house, the common room, the flow through past my office, through into this part of the house. It's a very, very communal setup, and it means boys come across each other very, very often, which is a key part of what we're trying to promote. So this is our third form day room, and as you can see, the desk structure means that we've got boys working in here during haul time, and it deconflicts that sense of having a bedroom and a workspace, particularly in the first year. That's important for a couple of reasons. It gives boys a designated workspace so we can prioritise sleep and the bedtime routine in the evening, but it also means that we can monitor their kind of working practices very, very closely. We've often got a sixth form prefect monitoring, and obviously it's within very, very close proximity to the matron's room and my office. So that means that if boys need support with anything at all, we're always on hand. We're going to pop through the doors here and have a look at the garden now. Now the house garden, as you can imagine, is a very, very popular part of the house, and boys, particularly in the summer months or the dry season, can be found out here playing a variety of ball games, whether it's football or house volleyball. We'll use it as much as we possibly can. So we love to do things like house barbecues, or upon an evening, get the fire pit lit and get some marshmallows toasted. And again, it's just a great way to facilitate that idea of boys spending time together in a family environment, doing things they really enjoy, which are really enriching. Just up the steps, we've got what we call traditionally our sixth form garden, which is a slightly quieter area that boys bring guests into, or they do a bit of revision in here. Again, it's just a really picturesque setting and a really nice tranquil environment for boys to have a little bit of downtime and a little bit of peace away from the hustle and bustle of a busy school life. We're now going to go and have a look at the matron's area. So this is the matron's room. It's a really, really important part of the house. So not only is it the domestic hub where boys come in, deposit dirty clothes, and somehow, magically, they reappear cleaned and ironed, ready for the boys to collect, but it's also a really important pastoral stop-off for the boys. And the matron structure in Sherborne is one of the most important pastoral structures that we have in terms of supporting the boys. So again, the structure of the house is really simple. The boys can just drop in, and whether it's picking something up or having a bit of a chat and an unwind or just an offload with matron, That's really the beauty of the structure and the setup of the boarding houses in Sherborne. We're now going to go and have a look at some of the accommodation block. So generally speaking, the boys in the sixth form have a single dorm. In year 11 or the fifth form, most of the boys in that year group will have something similar or a double. So in this setup, as you can see, which is relatively consistent between these style of rooms, boys have got their sink and their desk space and obviously their bed. So it's a self-contained unit, and the boys here develop a sense of independence and develop the skills that they'll need for life beyond Sherborne in terms of working autonomously. During the course of the evening, however, there will be tutor support, and tutors and myself and matrons circulating through the house just to make sure the boys have got everything that they need to be as constructive as possible and offering our help in any way that we can. This is the fourth form dorm, and we've got 4 dorms which are pretty similar to this one. So this is a 5-bed dorm. By this stage in the second year, having developed all those positive working habits, the boys are working in their dorms. So they've each got a desk next to their bed. And as I mentioned earlier, we've got that circulating tutor and myself walking around upon an evening, just making sure things are going smoothly and just checking that the boys have got everything that they need. So this is one of 3 5-man dorms that we use for boys in the third form. And as you can see, they're really nice and open and airy with no desks. So it's a real privilege to be able to say in Abbeylands we don't have dorms that are bigger than 5, which is great. So it's a good introduction for boys arriving in Abbeylands for the first time to start their journey at Sherborne School, knowing that they've got such a peaceful sleep environment, which is something I'm really pleased about. One of the really nice things about the structure of this third form corridor is that we've got a couple of fifth form rooms. I think that's really nice. Again, it's that idea of boys of mixed year groups on the same corridor, but we've got boys at a GCSE level who can support the younger boys and be that senior presence, which I think is so important. Also on the same floor, as we transition through to the private side, is the drawing room. And the drawing room is a lovely part of the house. We'll use it for a variety of occasions and events. Boys will have tutorials here with their tutors. Sometimes they'll have their online university interviews here. We host pre-drinks before sixth form dinners. So it's a really lovely way to bring people into this environment and give them a sense of home from home. So I hope you've enjoyed your tour of Abbeylands, and it's been my pleasure to show you around, and I very much look forward to seeing you in person, hopefully very soon.